Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. You can find us streaming on both Facebook and YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to answer your questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. We start off with new information. A Mackinac Island woman is dead after drowning in Lake Huron. The Michigan State Police says it responded to reports of a person in distress in Lake Huron Monday morning. Witnesses say they saw a paddleboarder in the water yelling for help. They called 911 and then lost sight of the paddleboarder. Troopers say after being underwater for a considerable amount of time, the paddleboarder was found and pulled from the water by Marine Rescue and the Coast Guard. The 22-year-old woman was flown to Munson Medical Center in Traverse City, where she later died. The MSP says winds were high with whitecaps on Lake Huron at the time. The water was less than 57 degrees. The woman's family was notified and her name was not released. And developing now, we now know where a new veterans home could be built in Marquette Township. Michigan Veterans Homes has a deal in place to buy 38 acres of land in Marquette Township. The property owner's late father is U.S. Army veteran Edward F. Scott. The state says the new DJ Jacobetti Community Center will be named after him. The property near the corner of Wright Street and Venture Drive would be the home of the new Jacobetti home for veterans.
It'll be a 108-bed, private bath, state-of-the-art skilled nursing facility for veterans. And, so we're talking a almost $100 million investment by the state and federal government in veterans of the Upper Peninsula. So we're excited about that.
No future plans have been made for the current Jacobetti home at this time. And in continuing coverage, union leaders at the Oscar G. Johnson VA Medical Center say they're concerned national staffing changes could reduce veteran care. They say veterans integrated service networks have halted hiring across the nation. The union says this policy has caused inpatient care to be reduced at the Iron Mountain VA. The American Federation of Government Employees Local 2280 president says higher level micromanaging could harm local veterans.
Bigger VA is not allowing the leadership at the facilities or on the ground dealing with the patient care. They are not allowing them the authority to make those decisions. And that's unfortunate because they're the ones that know what the needs are.
We've been in contact with the Iron Mountain VA, and officials say they're still working on a statement. We'll bring you updates as we get them. And happening now, NMU hockey coach Grant Potolny is stepping down to pursue a position in professional hockey. The athletic department announced around 11 a.m. this morning that Potolny would be stepping down immediately for an opportunity in pro hockey. Northern's athletic director Rick Comley will take over as head coach on an interim basis. A national search for Potolny's replacement has already begun. Potolny led the Wildcats, for 7 seasons, starting in 2017. He finishes his tenure with 4 20-win seasons and an overall record of 128, 113, and 17. Associate head coach Byron Poole and assistant coach Nick Peruzzi are also leaving the program. Comley and NMU president Brock Tessman will hold a press conference at the Superior Dome tomorrow morning. We will continue to update you on this story as more information becomes available. And the community is offering support and condolences to the families of the 2 middle-aged boaters that died over the weekend. They were part of a group of 5 that were participating in the Keweenaw Bay Classic fishing tournament. 3 were rescued, but it is still unclear how the boat sank. The Lance Fire Department is holding a boot fundraiser drive to raise money for the families.
We're going to distribute boots amongst community businesses, and then patrons of that business may donate some money or spare change or whatever they can afford into the boots when they visit those businesses.
The fundraiser will run for about 2 weeks. And happening now, drug abuse education program is making a comeback in the Upper Peninsula. Some school resource officers are now providing DARE courses. TV6's Caden Minus takes a look at why the program is returning and how it has changed over the years.
Starting this fall, Escanaba 5th graders will receive drug abuse resistance education. School resource officer and now official DARE officer Dustin Stempke says there's been a need for this at the upper elementary school.
I'm starting to see a lot of vapes at the younger age levels, the grade levels, and it's kind of sad to see. So if I can get into the school system, talk to the kids about the risks and consequences, health risks to vapes and alcohol, nicotine, tobacco, I think we'd be heading in the right direction.
Stempke says the school hasn't had DARE in 15 years. He explains critical thinking and decision-making are the curriculum's primary focus.
Each week will be a different topic. 1 week it'll be about stress, next week it'll be about verbal, nonverbal communication, and then different scenarios that the kids could be put in.
DARE America Region 1 Director Dennis Osborne says the new DARE formula is no longer just say no. He explains that officers are keeping it real, which stands for refuse, explain, avoid, and leave.
The science shows that if the kids aren't caught off guard and they've already practiced getting out of these and using these real strategies to get out of situations or to avoid situations, then they're more likely not to fall into that peer pressure because they've already practiced a way to get out.
Meanwhile, Alger County has offered DARE classes for the past 2 years. School resource officer David Dyer says the students seem to take the lessons seriously.
They seem like they get very excited about the process of it and all the lessons, and like I mentioned today in the graduation, they get kind of bummed that I'm not going to be there anymore, because I had them for 10 weeks or more.
Alger County Sheriff Todd Brock was a DARE officer 20 years ago. Along with this updated curriculum, he says the new program is building bonds between school resource officers and students.
I think the most important thing you can teach your kids is in a 16-week, 10-week, 1-week course is that a police officer is your friend. That a police officer is somebody you can talk to. A police officer is somebody you can go to in need and be comfortable with.
Stempke also says he looks forward to speaking to students in September. Caden Minus, TV6 News.
Thank you, Caden. Including Escanaba Public Safety and Alger County, there are 6 police departments participating in the DARE program in the Upper Peninsula. However, some have chosen a different route. Tomorrow, Caden will speak to some of these departments about their programs. And the Red Fox Run Golf Course Kitchen in K.I. Sawyer is serving food again after being closed for 4 years. The staff says you don't have to be a golfer to enjoy the menu, which includes pulled pork sandwich or turkey club sandwich. Red Fox Run's general manager says the K.I. Sawyer community wanted somewhere to go out to eat.
With no food service whatsoever. So we're hoping to fill that void for the people of K.I. Sawyer, Gwynn, surrounding areas, and the businesses as well.
You can also pair your sandwich with a drink from the bar. The grill offers dine-in or takeout from your golf court. It's open Monday through Saturday, starting at 11 in the morning. And new tonight, rehab patients will soon have an outdoor space to challenge themselves during recovery at OSF St. Francis Hospital. The Physical Rehabilitation and Wellness Center will open its new patient walkway in 2 weeks. The gravel path and outdoor play center will serve patients of all ages. Staff say the outside exercise area mimics real-world conditions.
Some of our adults, they often come in and they have difficulty with balance. We have now turf that's a little bit squishy and can get off balance a little bit.
She says the play area
and for
will also help kids feel
it
more
looks
confident
like a play
playing with friends
area. So
outside.
it also helps them with feeling safe and
finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, a 6-month mystery was solved today in downstate Michigan when the winner of an $842 million jackpot was finally revealed. Michigan lottery officials announced that a group calling themselves the Breakfast Club was the winner of the New Year's Day windfall. The group's 3 members have not been named individually, but we do know that the ticket was purchased at the Food Castle convenience store in the township of Grand Blanc. The group plans to receive their prize as a lump sum of $305 million after taxes. An attorney representing the winners said they do have a few plans for the money, including early retirement, a second home in Florida, helping family, and giving back to the community. certainly a good chunk of change. That's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in right back here on Facebook at 8:45 tomorrow morning. TV6's Mandy Koskela and Michael Sobek will recap top stories from the morning on their show, Beyond Your Morning News. If you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. Let's get the right graphic in there for you. Again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.